Spring is the season of flowers. Summer is very hot and sunny. In autumn, the leaves turn orange and brown. Winter is cold, and it often snows. I like to plant flowers in the spring. We go swimming in the summer to cool off. We pick apples in the autumn. We make snowmen in the winter. The days get longer in the spring. We drink hot chocolate in the winter to stay warm. This is a red car. The bus is arriving at the station. I ride my bicycle to school. The train is full of passengers. He drives a truck for work. We traveled by airplane last summer. The motorcycle sped down the road. The boat is sailing on the lake. She takes the subway to downtown. The ambulance rushed to the hospital.
Mastering Basic English Verbs, a Beginner's Guide. How do you use to be in a sentence? You use to be to describe someone or something. For example, Pascal is a teacher. What is the past tense of go? The past tense of go is went. For example, Barbara went to France last year. How do you make a sentence negative in simple present tense? You add do not before the verb for most verbs. For example, Pascal does not play football. How do you ask a question in English? You invert the subject and the auxiliary verb. For example, is Barbara from the UK? What is the plural form of child? The plural form of child is children. For example, Barbara has 2 children. How do you use have to talk about possessions? You use have to indicate ownership. For example, Pascal has a new book. How do you express ability in English? You use can to express ability. For example, Barbara can speak 3 languages. What is the continuous tense form of to run? The continuous tense form of to run is running. For example, Pascal is running in the park. How do you form the past simple tense? For regular verbs, you add ed to the base form. For example, Barbara watched a movie last night. How do you make a polite request? You use could or would for polite requests. For example, could you pass the salt, please? How do you express future plans? You use going to for future plans. For example, Pascal is going to visit Germany next month. What is the comparative form of big? The comparative form of big is bigger. For example, Barbara has a bigger car now. How do you use like to talk about preferences? You use like followed by a gerund or noun. For example, Pascal likes playing chess. How do you form the past perfect tense? You use had followed by the past participle. For example, Barbara had finished her work before she went home. What is the difference between there and there? There refers to a place, and there indicates possession. For example, their house is over there. How do you use much and many? Use much with uncountable nouns and many with countable nouns. For example, Pascal doesn't have much time. Barbara doesn't have many friends. How do you form the present perfect tense? You use have / has followed by the past participle. For example, Barbara has visited Italy twice. How do you use should for advice? You use should to give advice. For example, Pascal should study more for his exams. What is the opposite of accept? The opposite of accept is reject. For example, Barbara rejected the offer. How do you express necessity? You use must to express necessity. For example, Pascal must wear a uniform to school. I hope these examples are useful for your English learning. Thanks for watching.
Explore World Festivals. A conversation on tradition and celebration. Hello Isabella, I was just curious, what traditional festivals do you celebrate in your country?
Hi William. Well, in my country, we have a variety of traditional festivals. One of the biggest is the Spring Festival. It's a time for family gatherings and enjoying traditional foods. What about you?
That sounds wonderful, Isabella. Here, we celebrate Thanksgiving. It's a time when families come together to give thanks for what they have, and of course, to enjoy a big feast.
Oh, Thanksgiving sounds like a beautiful holiday. What kinds of foods do you typically have at your feast?
The centerpiece is usually a turkey, and it's surrounded by dishes like stuffing, cranberry sauce, and various pies. It's really quite delicious. How about the foods during your Spring Festival?
During the Spring Festival, we often have dumplings, which symbolize prosperity. There are also lots of sweets and pastries, which vary by region. It's a feast of flavors.
That's fascinating. It's interesting how food plays such an integral role in celebrations. Do you have any particular traditions that accompany the festival?
Yes, we do. Fireworks and dragon dances are significant parts of the festival. They are meant to drive away bad spirits and bring good luck for the coming year. Any special traditions during Thanksgiving?
Aside from the meal, we often watch football games together, and many people participate in what's called a turkey trot, a fun run in the morning to prep for the big meal.
That sounds fun and healthy before a big meal. I think it's great how festivals can bring people together in such meaningful ways.
Absolutely, Isabella. It's these traditions that create lasting memories and bond us to our culture and each other. Do you think these festivals change over time?
Definitely, William. While the core of our festivals remains the same, the way we celebrate can evolve, influenced by modern life and technology. How do you see your traditions evolving?
I think it's similar here. The essence stays the same, but each generation brings its own spin to how the traditions are observed. It's a beautiful blend of past and present.
It sure is. I'd love to experience a Thanksgiving one day, just as I hope you could experience the Spring Festival.
That would be fantastic, Isabella. Experiencing each other's cultures firsthand would be truly enriching. Thanks for sharing this with me.
Thank you, William. It's always a pleasure to share and learn about different cultures and traditions. Have a great day.
You too, Isabella. Take care.